Up YouTube? This is Swide from Hebrew Legends,
And this is Noah.
and we are going to do kind of a new series here where we do live scouting. This is kind of our first look at these bases. We're in a war right now against, if you can see the pun, Titanic, which is hilarious, and we are going to just kind of give you our first impressions of these bases we're matched up against. Show you why we think they're going to be effective, how we're going to hit them, and just do that with a couple of bases, and we'll see how it goes. So this is the first base. This is their number 9. And it looks, we just did a video with Noah's base and how it got beat down by kind of a hybrid Asian wall, small pack of hogs strategy. And this base is very similar to Noah's old base, and is not very effective because of that. So there's, 5 or so double giant bomb spots. There's this one. There's this one here, and then these two. No, am I missing any? That looks right to me.
No, you're good.
Yeah, and then there's a single here and here and here and here, but those are more likely to be Teslas than anything else. But so these double giant bomb spots do not path into anything. I would bet that there's a Tesla here. So the most you're gonna get is a path, if you drop hogs this way, a path into the Tesla. But even in that case, half your hogs are splitting, and you're going to get maybe, you may even only trip one bomb there. Over here, there's no pathing that makes sense. You're always going to just trip one bomb no matter what you're doing. Same thing goes for this one over here and this one here. They're not well-placed double giant bomb spots. So no matter where your hogs are pathing in from, they're never going to hit more than one at a time. So this is one of those bases where a holo doesn't make any sense. Not only because the air defenses are mostly guarding everything, like you could get a couple of these maybe, but because there's no double giant bomb spots for you to have to take out. Most of them just are useless as they are, and it would only be with a bit of luck that you'd hit 2 at a time. Noah, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, really, all you really have to do in the space is get rid of the queen, and it's free roam for your hogs.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because so it's LaLoon is huge. LaLoon is go LaLoon and penta LaLoon and quad LaLoon. That's just, everybody loves it. They can't get enough of lava hounds and balloons, and but so a base like this, you'd be tempted because of kind of the parallel structure of the air defenses, to shatter this with 2 golems, jump into the. You don't even have to jump into the queen. You bring a few bombers. Bring a lightning spell maybe for the CC, and shatter into the queen and hope that you end up with 2 air defenses. You'll get, an archer tower and a wizard tower and the queen. And, then you drop a couple hounds here, let them drop this way, and drop another one there, and that's a 3-star. But I think this base is actually better served with a hog attack, strictly because the double giant bomb positions make less sense. And I think generally, giant bombs being the only variable you have to worry about, that and spring traps. But if you bring enough hogs, it doesn't matter. Then there's less that can actually go wrong in a hog attack in a base like this, as opposed to a lava hound attack. Noah, you're more of a LaLoon expert than I am. Would you LaLoon this, or would you hog this if you had to choose?
I probably would still hog it. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, it's great. Like, if you could just go up here, take the queen out, and get even 1 air defense is great. And the queen would probably go for the expo next. That's even better. But honestly, whenever I see a hog base, I'd choose hogging it
Yeah.
just because I'm more comfortable with it.
Yeah. And lava hounds are pretty low maintenance because you drop them, you drop your rage spells and your loons behind them, and you kind of just you watch them work. Hogs take a little bit more, patience, and you kind of have to watch them path and make sure your heals are in the right places. You're leading the hogs where they're going to be instead of healing where they were. But a base like this, knowing where the double giant bomb positions are, knowing that chances are this is not going to be one. I would also say that Um, I mean, I don't know. They just don't make any sense. It's kind of funny because looking at them, it's just I don't know. No, where do you think the double giant bombs are? Like, I guess I would say here and one of these spots, maybe. I guess, but those are those are still
They're
pretty
so
crappy
bad.
spots. Yeah, I don't know.
At first, when I looked at it, I was seeing right here, and here,
Yeah,
but I mean, I think you have to just assume that if they're there, then it doesn't really matter. I would assume that they potentially would be right here or here. That would be the only place that it'd be bad for your hogs because potentially I guess you could somehow trip these right here at the same time.
really. How do you figure? How do you see that happening?
Um, right here, I suppose if your hogs were coming in from right here,
Yeah.
they'd converge onto this mortar,
Okay. Okay.
and if you had them, it could possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a
It's
chance.
it's very unlikely though.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think you're right actually because no matter even if they're this way, if their bombs are set that way or that way, if you don't save a pack of hogs for the back end, like
Yeah,
7 or 8 to come in and make sure that's not one, if you've golem into the queen here and then hogged from this side maybe and allowed them to path
yeah.
themselves through, they may hit one of those bombs, which is
Also,
a
at the
good
same
point.
time though, if your hogs were going right around here, they'd stop right here, and when they cross over, because there's going to be some hogs here and here, both sides,
Yeah,
they could also potentially hit it right here.
yeah, okay.
So I don't. I think what would be a good idea is why not? Because Clan Castle range like right around here, maybe a little wider.
Maybe
Yeah,
a little wider.
a little wider.
Yeah,
But anyways, I don't see anything wrong with luring over here and just negating that possible spot because that's
yeah,
the only spot that will mess up your hogs.
yeah. I think that's a great point, and I think a lure, right onto this cannon. They'll path from the cannon to the mortar, and then from the mortar to the air defense, and that's going to trip this spot. Which, regardless of it's horizontal or vertical, that's going to be the second bomb. So you're going to know right away whether or not you're going to have to
Really?
worry about that later for heal spell.
Yeah,
At that point, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Noah, but I think the only coming into the queen, you could even come in. Like I would avoid the king probably because I don't want to have to deal with the king and the queen at the same time. But I'm probably coming in this side. Uh, you're gonna figure out real quick if that's a double giant bomb spot. You can plan then
yeah,
for this one, and at that point, there's really only one left. Um,
yeah.
so you can figure out what's
Assuming
going
there
on.
is a giant bomb spot right here, you can always take out the queen. Wait, right here,
Yeah, sorry about that.
and then just deploy your hogs right here because they're just gonna path around where that bomb is, anyways. They'll
Yeah,
never go there.
yeah, yeah. From this side, and then all the way around. Yeah, that's a good point. Especially if you started the lure here and you've come in,
Yeah,
you know.
there's no reason for your hogs to go over there.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's we just wanted to break down that base pretty quick because it looked like Noah's base. It looks kind of complicated, but once you start looking at the hog pathing, there's the giant bomb spots that there are just aren't threatening. So there's not too much to worry about. Let's load the second image of this other base. It's a few down, and I just want to point out to you guys, ways to attack this one as well. Okay, so this is their number 13. Looking at the base, there's really the only open space in his whole base is here in between these two wizard towers, and then this moat, semi-moatish area. And you have to assume probably his Teslas and his giant bombs are going to be all in this area. Um, what I would do, I mean, there's a chance he's got a Tesla up here like this, just to
Yeah,
be a jerk, to confuse people, and I don't know. But
corn Teslas are always fun.
they, yeah, when you're hogs, you think you've got plenty of time, and your hogs have to run around for 2 minutes and clean up all the corner Teslas. But Noah, what do you think? I mean, the double giant bombs can only really be here, right? I mean, this is the only
Yeah.
way that your hogs are going to path into them. But even then, if they're moving up from the mortar onto these, they're tripping this first one. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. One thing I assume that most people love core Teslas. Most of
Yeah,
the time, when I find bases like this, they usually like to put it like a Tesla here, bomb here.
yeah,
Not They don't even like to put double sets, and then they'll just have it like this: Tesla, Tesla, and then just random bombs.
right. And you know, without a this being the first, the first plan for the first attack. I mean, the
It's
easiest way to do this, I think, is to shatter Goho. You know, you bomb yourself in. You can bring a jump if you want, but I don't even think you need one. Bring a few extra bombers and get yourself in here. And your golems are just going to path around. Your heroes are going to come in and clean up. And you're going to get into the core no problem. And you're going to find out real quick if these are bomb spots or not. But the one thing I want to point out is that, let's say you're bringing them in here. The main thrust of your attack. If you're go-hoing and you know you're getting into the core, so you know you're going to at least come in here and take care of the queen. You can do Orf had an attack that we showed a little while back where he brought a P.E.K.K.A. because he wasn't sure he had enough firepower to get through the whole core. But if you're coming from the south and you're go-hoing in, this is literally all that your hogs have to worry about. Northern side of the base. So you can, two-finger drop them.
really early.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they'll just path around. If you bring 3 spells, it's, I mean, 1, 2, 3. And that's it. It's a 3-star. You don't even have to worry about it. It's there's the only Springtrap possibilities up here are by this air defense. So I would recommend, instead of coming from north-south, coming from east-west to try to avoid those. But I mean, even with those, you only need 14 to 16 hogs to clean up, with 3 heal spells, to clean up this half of the base. There just aren't enough, it's just not enough DPS hitting them under heal that they can do anything. I don't know.
I agree. I would bring, I don't know, just to be safe, I would bring maybe 20, maybe a little bit more. But with the damage you're doing towards the core, you're going to be distracting the huge DPS
Yeah, the
right here.
expos and
You probably won't even have to put your first heal until like later up here, honestly. I mean, if you're a Golem Expo, it's game over.
yeah, I think you're right. As soon as those expos lock onto your kill squad down here, it is game over. And the lure becomes kind of inconsequential because it doesn't matter where you get it. You could even get it on the fly if you wanted to bring a couple, like bring an extra witch, bring a couple extra wizards, drop a few hogs. Given, like Noah said, you really only need, at most 20, 22 hogs. You have room to bring a couple extra kill squad troops and just deal with the clan castle on the fly and just
Technically, if you wanted, you could use the jump spell for a raid spell. Give your witches something to go for.
yeah,
Just
something to work with.
raid spell like, right here. If you didn't want to lure, just have that. You'll have like 8 wizards backing you up. I don't know,
Yeah.
and it just tear through the clan castle, especially the core too.
Yeah. I mean, you could even rage a little lower, get your bombers in there,
Yeah,
and that's a horrible rage-looking
Yeah.
circle, but you get the idea. In any case, we just wanted to point these 2 bases out because they look kind of intense. This is a Southern Teaser type base where Cord Heroes, Cord Clan Castle, with a more open side, moat and lots of compact point defenses up top. But very quickly you realize that that's just not effective, and hogs are the way to go. I don't know. Any closing thoughts, Noah?
nope. I think we about covered it this time.
All right, guys. Well, this is Swide from Hebrew Legends,
And Noah.
and good luck with your next war. Peace.